The inactivity is going to hinder him. And it's not even, this is the thing though. This is the thing though. It's not even that he's been inactive, bro. He hasn't even been training. For the better part of 8 years, this dude hasn't even been training. Mac's been putting in real work, championship work. All the way through. He just lost his BMF belt to Charles. Coming before that, you know what I mean? Where was he? What was he coming off of? The Dustin Poirier win? Ilia Topuria, Gaethje. This dude's fighting the best of the best, and he put out Gaethje. He got a dub over Gaethje in the 5th. Big old Gaethje. Bro, Max Holloway beating the shit out of Conor. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this. Max Holloway will destroy Conor McGregor come July 11th, UFC 329 in the main event. All right, Max Holloway will get his revenge on the notorious Conor McGregor in his comeback fight. Why? I mean, it's pretty simple. Conor admitted it himself. Okay, he's disrespected the game for years. Completely disrespected the game for years. Yeah, you guys are hearing it right. Conor disrespected the game for years. He turned his back on it. He showed it no love. He showed it no love. Do I need to pull up the clip? Why don't we just read the quote? Conor McGregor admits he stopped showing love to the fight game after reaching the pinnacle of success. At 27 years of age, I had the game conquered. I got lost. It's probably accurate. It is accurate in fact. Okay? So, let's read the full quote. It's probably accurate at moments that he had lost love for the game, stopped showing love for the game. At 27 years of age, I had the game conquered. 2-weight world champion. I had the Floyd bout boxed off. I was only 27 years of age. I had the game wrapped up in a blink. What more was I to do? I got lost. I got lost in it and made some mistakes off of that. But you'll always come home. If you truly love something, you'll always come home. There may be pockets where I would have disrespected and disgraced the position that God had put me in, and maybe some fans would have seen that. Hey, he didn't put in this, or maybe he didn't, or maybe he showed no love for the game. It's probably accurate. It is accurate, in fact, but I for sure love this game. It's my every waking thought. I don't care that it's your every waking thought, McGregor, because when you step in that cage with Max Holloway on July 11th, okay, Max Holloway never turned his back on the game. Max Holloway always showed love and respect to the game. The fact that Conor McGregor stopped showing love to the game, he stopped showing respect to it too. Okay, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? Let's put it like this, all right? For the last 6 years, I don't know how many fucking years it's been, but it's probably going on more than 6 years, bro. Since Conor McGregor, ended up losing to Khabib, everything went downhill. What year was the McGregor-Khabib fight? 2019? If I'm not mistaken. 2018. Okay, so since 2018, this dude has been disrespecting the game. I don't care that he came back to fight Cerrone and got some wishy-washy victory. The point of the matter is that Max Holloway has been putting in real work, bro. Real work since 2018. Let's just start off since 2018. Let's both give him a clean slate since the Khabib loss. Okay, can we put this in here? Can we put this in here? Let's give them both a clean slate after the Khabib loss. Okay? Conor McGregor has not trained seriously in MMA since this. Okay, he hasn't. He turned his back on the game and he knows it, bro. He fucking knows it. He admitted such. Meanwhile, Max Holloway been putting in work, championship work. 2018, Brian Ortega title fight. Dustin Poirier moving up to 155 to fight him. Losing, but taking on challenges. Going back down to 45, defending his belt again. Staying at 145, going for his 5th title defense against Volk. Rematching Volk. The best in the game, by the way. The best in the game. Today, the best in the game. Volk would kill Conor. Let's just scratch that part where Volk would kill Conor. But you guys get what I'm saying. Volkanovski and the technique that he shows, it's the best in the game. We all recognize it. Okay? Max went up against this dude 3 fucking times. Arguably beat him in the rematch. Side note, okay, Max put up 3 5-round bouts against Alex Volkanovski. Lesser men or better men have been finished by Volk to some degree. So, Max been putting in this crazy work, man. Max been putting in crazy work since 2018. I said clean slate. Clean slate. 2018, Max is defending championship, his championship belt. He's moving up, fighting for other titles and shit like that. Like, Max really been doing it since 2018. Conor been completely disrespected the game. There's no way. There's no way. And then people want to say, the activity, the this, the that. Bro, there's no way. You do not get to come back after just turning your back for 8 years and just think that shit is rainbows and unicorns, and the work that Max Holloway hasn't put in isn't going to pay dividends. The work Max Holloway has put in over the last 8 years will pay dividends on July 11th. Activity, schmacktivity. All right? Rest, schmest, bro. None of that shit matters. What matters is the work. Who put in work for the last 8 years? Who put in real work? Bro, Conor going to be like miles behind Max. He already is. He already is. That's not even to mention Conor coming in here with a bionic fucking leg. Straight what's it called? The shin bone is what? Titanium rod, titanium steel. I mean, Conor don't got the competition speed down. He don't even got the same like pep in his step. He's got a shin rod, titanium rod as a shin bone. He got a straight titanium rod as a shin bone. He don't got the bounce. He don't got the footwork he used to have. No way that works as an advantage to him. That's going to hinder him. The inactivity is going to hinder him. And it's not even, this is the thing though. It's not even that he's been inactive, bro. He hasn't even been training. For the better part of 8 years, this dude hasn't even been training. Max been putting in real work, championship work. All the way through. He just lost his BMF belt to Charles. Coming before that, you know what I mean? Where was he? What was he coming off of? The Dustin Poirier win? Ilia Topuria, Gaethje. This dude's fighting the best of the best, and he put out Gaethje. He got a dub over Gaethje in the 5th. Big old Gaethje. So, rest, schmest, activity, schmacktivity. It's all about the work. Max Holloway put in more work, better work. You know what I mean? He been fighting the who's who. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje, Alex Volkanovski, X3. X3. Shit, my hair getting cooked because I'm so fucking on the money with this one. Oliveira, Poirier, Topuria, Gaethje, Volkanovski, X3. And you guys think McGregor's going to do something to this dude? You really think McGregor going to do something to this dude? Because it happens to be at 170 per se? Max Holloway will put a BTA whooping on Conor McGregor on July 11th. Just wait. I'm trying to tell you guys, you don't get to disrespect the game like that. This ain't no fucking fairy tale. Okay, a lot of people are saying that. Why are you picking Justin Gaethje? This ain't no fairy tale. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, you feel me? Like, Justin Gaethje beating Ilia Topuria, there was no fairy tale about that. Gaethje been putting in the work for years. Conor hasn't. Point blank period. So, I mean, that's pretty much the breakdown, man. That's pretty much the breakdown. It doesn't matter about the technique. It doesn't matter about this, that. Conor doesn't have the firepower for a guy like Max Holloway. He just doesn't. So, you don't get to disrespect the game and come back and get a win over one of the best in it. It's the same bullshit. Same bullshit that happened when McGregor went ahead and fought Floyd Mayweather. People wanted to believe in him. Listen, bro, that was a direct disrespect to boxing. Any MMA fighter who thinks he can go into boxing and try their hand at the best of the best, it's a direct disrespect to the game itself, to boxing itself. Ilia Topuria saying he could go ahead and take on Bud Crawford, whatever the case, right? It's a direct disrespect to the game. Absolute disrespect. Conor never stood a chance against Floyd Mayweather. Don't care that he won rounds. Won rounds. You feel me? And it's the same case here. That'll be the parallel for you guys. Conor disrespected boxing by even thinking in the first place that he could beat Floyd Mayweather. It's a direct disrespect to the game. And then the same thing here. If you guys really think that Conor can disrespect the game the way he has and turn his back on it the way he has for the better part of the last 8 years and come back and beat a guy like Max Holloway, You absolutely fucking tripping. You absolutely tripping. And Max is gonna show you guys. You can't disrespect the game like this. Disrespecting boxing, got to take risks, though, homie. I'm not saying you don't have to take risks. I'm saying it's a direct disrespect to the game of boxing to think you could beat a guy like Mayweather. Is it okay? Let's flip it. Is it not a direct disrespect to MMA if Terrence Crawford says he can come over and beat Ilya? Is that not a direct disrespect? You're disrespecting the game. How fucking dare you think that you could not put in the work and come over into my field and beat me? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But a lot of the MMA fans, they got behind Conor. They believed in him. And I could have told you guys from a mile away. It doesn't matter how much you like him or believe in him. It's a direct disrespect to the game. It's fundamentally backwards. It's not going to work. Direct disrespect to the game. Now, these heavyweight bouts, they could be a little bit different. I'm not even going to lie to you about that. But a fight like Mayweather and Conor, I mean, come on, bro. Mayweather, the technician, a direct disrespect to the game. And same with any other MMA fighter who thinks they can come over to boxing and try their hand with a guy like Bud or something like that. Try it. Direct disrespect. Ain't happening. That's the parallel, guys. Conor couldn't go over to boxing and beat Floyd. He's not coming back after breaking his shin. We haven't even mentioned the juice. We haven't even mentioned the juice. And while we're on the McGregor topic, let's just get this one out the way too. Bro's coming off a suspension. This shit's getting swept under the rug, and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. So the UFC, they released footage of his foot, right? Of him breaking his foot. By the way, it's the most pathetic footage ever. It's the pinky toe. Okay.
Training. The Irishman hasn't fought nearly 3 years and now will have to wait even longer for his return.
The injury happened. It was very, very difficult.
Conor coming off a suspension. Okay. Conor coming off a suspension. Let me put it like this. Word on the street has always been Conor McGregor faked the toe injury to avoid an anti-doping violation after he missed a drug test due to failure to report his whereabouts. They suggested there was no foul play for the missed tests. Keyword tests. Because he didn't have a fight coming up at the time. But fighters are subject to 24/7, 365 testing, whether a bout is scheduled or not. Also, keep in mind, just 10 days prior, on June 3rd, McGregor canceled the press conference with Michael Chandler and postponed the event indefinitely. Okay. So, Conor, he's coming off a suspension. And just so we're clear, on June 13th, which was the same day that the fight between McGregor and Chandler was called off, all right, on June 13th, McGregor missed a drug test, all right, due to failure to report his whereabouts. Then, after June 13th, while he's recovering from this broken toe, alleged broken toe, no proof still to this day that he ever broke it. But while he's recovering from this broken toe, he proceeded to miss drug tests on September 19th and September 20th. Why is he missing drug tests? Let me read you guys the full quote. McGregor missed 3 attempted biological sample collections within a 12-month period in 2024, which constitutes a violation of the ADP. UFC athletes are required to provide accurate whereabout information at all times so they can be contacted and submit to biological sample collections without prior warning. McGregor missed tests occurred on June 13th, September 19th, and September 20th, 2024, and were each classified as whereabout failures by CSAD under the UFC ADP. Sorry, I'm just trying to read it fast. The missed test on June 13th was the same day that UFC CEO Dana White announced that McGregor's scheduled fight with Michael Chandler at UFC 303 was canceled. Although McGregor did not provide his whereabouts, CSAD noted that he was dealing with an injury and not preparing for a fight when the samples were supposed to be collected. Irrelevant. Doesn't matter. Whether or not you're injured or not, you still need to provide your whereabouts, and that's why he got suspended. Although McGregor failed to make himself available for testing on those dates, CSAD noted that he was recovering from an injury and was not preparing for an upcoming fight at the time of the 3 missed tests. Again, irrelevant. McGregor fully cooperated with CSAD's investigation, accepted responsibility, and provided detailed information that CSAD determined contributed to the missed tests. Taking McGregor's cooperation and circumstances into account, CSAD reduced the standard 24-month sanction for 3 whereabout failures by 6 months. His period of ineligibility began on September 20th, 2024, and will conclude on March 20th, 2026. Okay, so he just got off suspension. You know, he just got off this shit. And it's just worth knowing. It's worth knowing, man. We still don't know if he ever broke his toe. And he could have been juicing, bro. He could have been juicing. He decided to stop reporting about his whereabouts because, you know, he doesn't want to pop. He doesn't want the taint of a steroid, you know, on his resume. So he'll just take a whereabout failure. You know, 3 of them. 3 of them. Max Holloway whooping McGregor, man. Steroids, broken toe, neither are good. Inactivity, lack of training, broken shin bone, and you guys think this dude's gonna beat Max. I mean, are you tripping? Are you guys tripping? You guys might be.